Hello everybody, this is Blightwind bringing you another one of the WE versus Aeon matches. And I hope you are all having a wonderful Sunday evening. I know I certainly am. This should be much better than the last game. I apologize for all the yawning and everything. It was getting a little late and I was feeling a little tired. But we got everyone in. I'm feeling nice and rested. I'm on my days off. So this should be a great game. And I've got myself a little drink here, and we'll have to see what the first band is. Band. We should have them. Every Dota match should have Guitar Hero in between. That's how we'll decide ties. But we're going to see an Enchantress and a Lycan band. That is not surprising to me at all. Both of those very good pushing heroes, good junglers. A Windrunner is going to be banned out. We don't often see Windrunner banned, but it's not surprising because she is a very, very impactful hero within the professional scene. She's usually just not banned out because there's generally other more worthwhile bans, like Invokers and stuff like that. We're going to see a Darkseer be banned out. Great team fight. You know, he's got the Vacuum, he's got the Wall of Illusion. Surge is wonderful for escaping, for saving teammates. Ion Shell is really, really useful for some early harass. So not surprised to see any of that. It's pretty standard bans at the moment. I'm not 100% like all that familiar with the Southeast Asian scene, so I'm gonna apologize if I'm not aware of a certain build that they do. If it strikes me as odd, it's because it is. As far as my knowledge, I'm mostly familiar with the European and American scenes. But we're going to see a Chen band out, another good jungler, another strong pusher. He's got some use in team fights with the Hand of God, with the ability to send people home. We've definitely seen some crazy mid-fight saves with the Holy Persuasion teleport. So it is definitely not an ability to shake a stick at. It is a useful, and Chen, I feel Chen can, at least, with proper items, maintain his usefulness throughout the game. We're going to see a Brewmaster band out, another popular champion within the Southeast Asian scene, so I'm not all that surprised. Then we're going to see an Invoker pickup. It's not often that we actually see Invoker make it through banning, but when we do, he's pretty much always picked up. He's either the first or second pick. An incredibly powerful hero. The amount of utility he has with all of his spells and everything, the ability to mix up spells on the fly, especially if you get an Aghanim Scepter on him, brings Invoke down to a 2-second cooldown, so he's able to just quickly fire off spells. And he's able to do, fire off Ice Walls and EMP Tornadoes, Sun Strikes to pick off kills in other lanes. We're going to see a Queen of Pain picked up. She is very, very popular within the Asian scene. Primarily due to the fact that they love to gank. They love roaming around, doing picks, and then doing pushes from there. That's very rare to actually see full 5-on-5, let's do this team fight. So, and her ganking ability is just second to none. The Blink, Scream of Pain, the ult, just huge nukes. Now we're going to see a Prophet picked up. Nature's Prophet is he's a fairly competent jungler. He's also a very good solo laner. He's got great ganking ability with the teleport and the sprout. Great push with the treants. And the ult is always very annoying. You can use it to push out lanes. You can use it to finish off. It's always great to see it just bounce into somebody that you thought was just going to escape, and then all of a sudden it bounces in, finishes them off. We're actually going to see an Anti-Mage be picked up. An Anti-Mage and a Shadow Shaman. That's actually surprising. You don't see Anti-Mage a whole lot nowadays. I mean, he's definitely incredibly powerful still. He's definitely Anti-Mage for a reason. It's just that since the Asian scene is so gank-oriented and then the Western scene is fairly push-oriented right now, generally you won't see games go long enough for an Anti-Mage to actually farm himself up. Now, I actually think WE is Chinese, so I don't want to make fun of the Chinese. I don't want to sound like I'm being racist or anything like that, but the Chinese love them some farm. They are probably the only members really of the Southeast Asian scene that will farm until the admins tell them, okay, you actually have to fight now. They will farm forever. We're going to see a Shadow Demon picked up. He is a very good support. He's also a very good solo. If you put him mid up against somebody, he can definitely harass with the Shadow Poison. As a support, you go the Disruption Soul Catcher. Just Soul Catcher is such a good ability. It enhances damage by so much. And especially with a bursty team like a Queen of Pain and a Prophet to an extent, that Soul Catcher will just pretty much spell someone's death. Oh, and the Shadow Shaman will see some good push. He's got 2 good CCs. He's got a really good nuke in the Ether Shock. We're going to see a Morphling banned out. Morphling, very popular carry lately. He's been picked a lot. He's done decently, like fairly well in pretty much most of the games. I think he has a fairly high win ratio. And him and Anti-Mage have this weird love-hate relationship where Anti-Mage counters the Morphling until he hits level 6, and then Morphling will counter the Anti-Mage with the Replicant until Anti-Mage gets a Manta Style, and then Anti-Mage starts countering the Morphling again. So they're just going to take out that whole equation, kind of get rid of this seesaw. Then we're going to see a Vengeful Spirit picked out. That's mostly because the gank orientation that this scene has. She is very good for ganking, very good for picking people out. The swap, great for changing people's positioning. You can pull out someone like an Anti-Mage or any other carry. Magic Missile is a great nuke, great stun. Slardar is going to be banned out. So Vengeance just has some great teamfight ability. Slardar, same reason, he's able amplify damage is just ridiculous. Reduces armor by so much. Then you've got Slithering Crush, you've got the bashes. He's got a lot of stun coming out, and you can make him very, very tanky and just get in the middle of people and just start causing havoc. But we'll have to see what the last ban coming out of Aeon here is. Aeon, I don't know. Aeon, I think is the proper pronunciation, actually. But we'll have to see what they go with.
10 seconds remaining.
I will hopefully be a little better at pronouncing names because I've done it once. He's going to be a problem. That right there. This is why I tend to stick to Western scene games, because they generally have names I can pronounce. Broodmother is going to be banned out. She's just a good lane bully. She's got a good push ability. Not too surprising. Dragon Knight's going to be picked up. It is not often that we actually see a Dragon Knight, and he can be built in one of 2 ways. Either you can build him as a carry, and he can do a pretty good job with the proper items, or you build him super tanky, and you basically use him as an initiation tool, as a nuke soak. He can just get in there, absorb a whole bunch of damage, do stuns, do a breath of fire, and just kind of, be an annoyance rather than your carry. Going into reserve time for Aeon here. And we will have to see how they respond. I imagine that the Dragon Knight will go a rather tanky orientation because they already have the Anti-Mage and the Invoker. Invoker is technically a carry. But the Anti-Mage will be their major carry focus. And everyone else will kind of revolve around supporting that. I don't remember who it was. I do believe it was a member of Team Na'Vi who said that in his opinion, you only have one carry on a team, and then everyone else acts as a supporting cast to that. Whoever's your hardest carry should be the primary concern, and the rest of the team works at getting him farmed and kills.
Radiant team pick.
Sand getting to come out. Very good team fight ability with the Burrow Strike in the epicenter. And that's not too surprising. You're looking at some decently squishy heroes in this Radiant team. They're going to pick up a Lich. Lich, very good lane of presence with the Frost Blasts and the Sacrifice. Chain Frost, definitely not an ability to overlook. If you get a good engagement on like a clustered group of people with Chain Frost, it can do a whole bunch of damage very, very quickly. And it will definitely, it has a mini stun aspect to it, so you can use that to interrupt, say, like if you find a Sand King that's channeling his ult, just throw a Chain Frost on him quick. And we're gonna see a Pudge. Yes, happy day. I love watching Pudges. Because when a Pudge lands a good hook, it is ridiculous. Solid hook, Pudge hooks will win you games. And I feel that even if you're missing hooks, Pudge still has an impact because he's going to force the team to either they dump a whole bunch of money in wards and they so that they can see him, and that he still creates this zone of you are not allowed to stand in this area because that is where I will be able to hook you. Or they don't buy wards, he's going to go on a rampage. People are going to constantly be afraid. They're going to stick towards towers. They're going to be wary of the jungle. And he is just going to affect the psychology of the game in that regard. So I love Pudges, and I really wish he was played more in the professional scene because I feel that the psychology aspect of things just enhances things that much more. We're actually going to see Jeje, I think that's how you pronounce it, disconnect. But we are going to have the Luo playing Shadow Shaman, Icy on the Lich, Fanti on the Anti-Mage, Jeje on... what was their last one? Oh, I wish I could remember what they had picked up. I feel bad now. Chen on Invoker, Tuamon on Pudge, Mr. Kyo on the Queen of Pain, the King playing Nature's Prophet, Nuts on Shadow Demon, and Ken on that Sand King. Now, I imagine that this Dire team will look to end the game very quickly. They're going to look to push. They're going to look to do a lot of ganking. Basically try and take off before this anti-mage can really get farmed up. And apparently JJ had to restart his computer, so we'll be at a little bit of a delay until he gets that going. And is that King showing off some of the new Prophet items? Awesome. He's got the horns. He's got antlers. What about down over here? I guess none of them. I guess Invoker has the red outfit. But unfortunately, none of that. Gotta love these pauses right at the start of the game. Nobody's even bought any items yet. I can't talk about anything. I suppose I could talk about laning. I imagine that we'll see Pudge middle, probably. And then the Queen of Pain on the solo. And we'll see most likely a farming Sand King with a Shadow Demon supporting and a Nature's Prophet in the jungle. As far as down here, I'm going to guess we are going to have Lich Anti-Mage mid. And then maybe Shadow Shaman solo, Invoker. It's going to be another solo, I guess. Maybe the Shadow Shaman will be supporting for somebody. That might be a better... If I remembered who their fifth was, I could probably guess that a little bit better. But I'm pretty sure the Queen of Pain and the Pudge may not be exactly where, but they're going to be in the solo lanes. If the Queen of Pain, like either Pudge is going to be middle or solo, and then Queen of Pain will be the other. But I'm guessing he's probably going to be the solo mid. And apparently he is using a computer that is like 7 years old, and it takes forever to actually restart. So we're just sitting here. Draw on the map. Apparently can't. It's not showing up on the ground. That's lame. Smiley face. So, as far as predictions on this game, I guess I can go over that. You know, assuming a decent laning phase, Dire's going to have to go mid-game. Their mid-game will definitely be their time to just go nuts. because they're going to want to try and shut this anti-mage down and push. Get a huge advantage. I just can't escape these yawns. I don't know what it is. Too much talking, I think. Not enough oxygen to my brain. My brain meets. Why is that a siege creep? But they're going to look to push a lot of towers and get a very, 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 very fast advantage so that this anti-mage can never actually take off. Because they actually have some fairly squishy people on this team. The Sand King, he will end up being fairly beefy, but he's never going to like get, you know, a Vanguard or something like that. The Shadow Demon will generally be fairly squishy. Queen of Pain will be squishy, but she's going to have the blink to be able to escape. Pudge, assuming he can get some good ganks and get those flesh heap stacks up, he'll actually be super, super tanky. And the Prophet will probably be fairly squishy as well. And it is unfortunate to see that the replays are still having naming issues. I don't know why I'm yawning. I am so sorry. I know it's not fun to listen to me do bodily functions. Oh, I hate dead time. Trying to fill this much dead air is annoying. Are those supposed to be faces? There we go. JJ is back. So he's going to just reconnect quick. Close that. Ah, yes, the Dragon Knight. So we'll actually, yeah, probably see a support Shadow Shaman with a farming Dragon Knight. That will be my guess. And then Invoker in a solo lane. And we're still paused. Oh. Bah, 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 bah. There we go. Unpausing now. Just a regular courier. Regular courier on both sides.
For battle.
Unfortunate. I've yet to see a team that actually has the Stumpy, and I don't know why. They all seem to love the Yak if they pick up an alternate. They're given Anti-Mage some wards. He's going to be able to blink around, place those wards out. What on earth is that? Does he spawn new different treants when he uses dire trees or something? That thing's disgusting. Ah.
The battle begins.
Increased battle points. Good block going on mid. Are we gonna see a tri-lane down here? Are we seeing a tri-lane for this Pudge? Or are we going to have a Sand King Shadow Demon? No, it looks like it's a Tri-Lane. So this is super interesting. Not often that we actually see Tri-Lanes. And a Tri-Lane is a bit of a gamble. It seems like you have a clear advantage because, you know, oh yeah, we've got one more hero than them. But if you don't get some early kills, although this is going to be first blood on this Invoker, and this is a scary Tri-Lane when you think about it. If you can get a disruption on somebody, then that's going to be either a guaranteed hook or a guaranteed burrow strike, and then, you know, Pudge will either just walk up or he'll already be in range for a rot, and then he'll just be able to clean up. Are we going to see the same thing? Oh, man. Shadow Shaman actually comes through. Are they going to get a kill? Pudge commits suicide. And Shadow Demon goes down to creeps. Sand King gets the last hit. Is going to be able to burrow strike. He tangos through. Pops a clarity on himself. And Shadow Shaman. Oh, and a regen. Lucky. Then we got the co-op solo mid. She's just kind of trying to last out. Looks like she's actually got a supporting Sand King coming to her lane. Just trying. And then we got a Dragon Knight up here, who's gonna farm the Treants a little bit. And looks like Sand King's just going for a walk. He's actually going to smoke. And he's going to look to jump on this anti-mage, most likely, because they're looking to... Yeah, some early aggression from the anti-mage. Frostblast coming through. Queen of Pain's going to... She's going to start salving up. So Pudge sitting nice and pretty. Got some early gold. Gonna be able to pick up boots pretty soon here. That's a Dire. Oh, it gets a creep. That's unfortunate. Looking to interrupt this pull here. Invoker was actually looking to do a double pull. And Sand King dies to Ancients? Yes. Dies to Ancients. I am guessing for a free trip home. Probably bought the boots first so that everything was reliable gold. That way he didn't lose anything.
'Tis non-cupatory.
Invoker getting some farm on. Queen Pain's got her bottle already. Got a haste rune in there. Looking good.
Too bad.
Dragon Knight farming the Treants.
Denied.
Missing a little Elastic. We got Sand King coming up here. Burrow Strike onto the Dragon Knight. He's going to get sprouted. And Sand King doing some great blocking. Oh, I love that blocking. He's going to go for it. Burrow Strike. Go, gets him. Sand King dies to the Radiant. Dragon Knight turns around, finishes Nature's Prophet off with the Fire Breath. But Nature's Prophet manages to get that last auto attack in. Oh, Anti-Mage. Living life on the edge. Shadow Demon's going to come up here, probably look to do a little bit of a roaming gank. Nature's Prophet gets a kill on the Anti-Mage with his ult. And that is going to be a dead Lich.
I am frost free.
Pain specialist. Radiant's middle tower is under
And this is
attack.
going to be a good amount of push on this tower here.
Radiant's
Glyph's gonna be
structures are
used.
fortified. Radiant's
Anti-mage
middle
TPing
tower
back in.
is under attack.
But he can't really jump in on these three, especially with the Shadow Demon being there. He knows that if he tries to jump in, he's just going to get disrupted and soul catchered. The Shadow Demon illusions do have mana break.
Dire's top tower
So
is under attack.
he Shadow Demon actually counters, Shadow Demon counters carries in general, but he ridiculously counters Anti-Mage. Queen of Pain grabs herself an illusion rune. Now we're looking for last hits here. Shadow Shaman with 11 and 1, 22 and 9 on the Anti-Mage, 28, 29 on the Dragon Knight, and 13 and 6 on the Invoker. And we got the Pudge going 16 and 3 up against him with 2 assists and 1 suicide. And then 10 and 2 on the Queen of Pain, 32-13 on this Nature's Prophet, and then support farms basically.
With you.
Anti-Mage getting jumped on again. Sand King going on the Dragon Knight again. Uses Sandstorm to avoid the Dragon's Tail, so he's going to use it on Prophet instead. Breathe Fire is up, so they should back off. Actually going to see Queen. Oh, very good defensive disruption onto the Queen of Pain, allows her to avoid the Sunstrike and then blink out. And things are high octane as always. We are at 10 kills in under 8 minutes. We've got Shadow Shaman TPing down here. Maybe looking to take on this Pudge. Pudge is actually going to loop around. Dire's Courier apparently died. When did that go down? That's a new one. And we got Shadow Demon just kind of sitting up on this lane now. He's going to be looking to stick around with this Anti-Mage, harass him as much as possible. Just so then the his farm is that much reduced. Invoker actually gets a kill on the Pudge. I'm sorry I missed that. Was it a Sunstrike kill? Yes, it looks like it was a Sunstrike to finish him off, along with some CCs from the Shadow Shaman, allowing Invoker to just pump in those right clicks, hold him in place for the Sunstrike. Frost Blast going on to the Queen of Pain. She has her ult, and we are actually going to see Pudge TP
Radiant's
over
middle
here
tower
too.
is under attack.
So he's going to look to do a gank hook.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Dire Glyph is going to be popped. Just keep that Dragon Knight off. Dragon Knight can definitely push towers. Like if you look at that tower is already that low. And that was mostly thanks to his ulti form. The
Dire's
poison
bottom
touch
tower is
from the
under
green
attack.
dragon does affect towers.
Dire's bottom tower has
Oh.
fallen.
That's unfortunate. Shadow Shaman wards managed to push down this bottom tower. And unfortunately no one gets the last hit on that. But still a tower down. Still a good chunk of gold. And they're actually going to jump onto the Dragon Knight and get a kill there. I am sorry if I sorry for missing that. It looks like it was another Wrath of Nature being blown. Pudge just coming in. Looking for a lane now that his tower is down. He's going to probably roam a bit more. Now that he's 6, he's going to look to roam. And, you know, the hook's just getting longer and longer. So almost level 7, and then he'll have max range on that hook. Dragon Knight Anti-Mage sitting up here. Anti-Mage already has Poor Man's Shield and a Ring of Health and boots, and another 1,500 gold saved up. So he is definitely farming very, very well. 42 and 15 already. And Invoker actually gets a kill on the Queen of Pain. Wow. Just so many kills. But this mid tower is going to probably go down.
Radiant's middle
Yep.
tower is under attack.
But Anti-Mage gets the last hit on this top tower. He has bought some stuff. It's probably on the courier. It's probably parts of a Battle Fury. Invoker actually getting a medallion. Treants are coming through. Gonna do some damage on this tier 2 tower. And they are going to look to gank this Invoker. Burrow Strike actually goes down to the hook lands. Wrath of Nature comes through and Pudge easily cleans that one up. Dragon Knight gets a kill on the Queen of Pain. And Anti-Mage is going to come through, look to finish something off. Dragon Knight actually goes down to this Sand King Burrow Strike. Demonic Purge is going on the Anti-Mage. He's got 5 seconds on his... They're good. Very nice. Chain Frost is going to come through, but there is a creep wave there. So it's going to bounce back and forth. Not get a kill on anyone, so that is an Anti-Mage. Oh, the Sunstrike. Oh, wow. Beautiful Sunstrike. What? Did he stop to attack that creep? Is that why he just stopped moving? Or was he looking to TP? I don't know. But that was beautiful. Nature's Prophet is going to look to take down this tier 1. But we've got a TP coming in. The Dragon Knight. Oh. And then it's Invoker. It's coming through also. The Queen of Pain. He's got level... Nature's Prophet went level 1 Dagon. I don't know. Some people consider that a troll item. Queen of Pain gets a kill on the Invoker with her ult. Breathe Fire finishes her off. Nature's Prophet is just going to run away. His Dagon is on cooldown. He doesn't really have any damage. Burrow Strike is going to go through. Epicenter is being channeled. Epicenter is going to go off. Big damage. Shadow Demon gets that kill with a Demonic Purge. Beautiful turnaround. The Dagon on the Nature's Prophet, I sort of understand. He's going to come down here. They're going to get a kill on the Shadow Shaman. Pudge is going to use his ult and rot. But I want to talk some more about this Dagon. A lot of people get it because, like, people get it on Nature's Prophet because he doesn't really have any damage, but he has such powerful ganking. And if you go something like Hand of Midas on him when you're jungling, he has a lot of gold very, very quickly. And Dagon can be a good item if you get it fast enough so that it will actually have an impact on the game. That is the big key. You know, it's generally, by the time people actually have Dagon, the damage is so insignificant that it doesn't really mean anything. Anti-Mage is going to get picked out, but he immediately blinks out. He must have been spamming on that. And we're actually going to see a bunch of stuns going on the Pudge. And they're going to get a Lich in exchange, but Shadow Demon is in a lot of trouble. Going to go down to an Aether Shock and a Cold Snap. And Nature's Prophet's just going to jump out here. My lord.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I look away for 1 second and... oh, Nature's Prophet actually gets the kill with the Treants.
Dire's middle tower is under
And Dragon Knight actually has already leveled up to his ult level 2. Using the AoE portion of that to clear some creeps out. Anti-Mage has the Broadsword for his Battle Fury. Does he have... No, he has nothing else on the Courier, so... He's still a little ways away from that. He's about 300... Well, 250 off the Claymore. And then he's going to need another like 900 gold for the Void Stone to be able to finish that off. We've got a smoke gank coming through on here. Beautiful hook. That was wonderful.
You'll look good with an apple in your mouth.
That was very well played by this Pudge. Anti-Mage used his blink, then got sprouted and used his cleaver to get out of that, and Pudge knew that then he had no real escapes left, so he was able to hook him, and that he would be just screwed. So beautiful. They're going to get a tier 2 out of this as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Sand King gets the last hit on that. We've got Lich sitting around looking to help support this. Nature's Prophet is actually going to TP away.
Fresh mate.
They're actually going to go up top here. And this Dragon Knight is in some trouble. Except he manages to TP out. Disruption was on cooldown. That's unfortunate. Disruption would have been perfect for that. Let's go over some items. So we got the Shadow Shaman just sitting on Arcane Boots, and then nothing much. Lich is sitting on regular boots, and then not a whole lot. The Anti-Mage, as I've pointed out, is working towards a Battle Fury. We've got Dragon Knight. Looks like he is working on a Hood of Defiance, probably going to make a pipe. An Invoker, got his Medallion of Courage, and a Belt of Strength. I'm thinking that this will be for Necro. The Pudge is actually working on the Force Staff. Force Staff has been incredibly popular on Pudge lately. It allows you to escape, jump forward. And just kind of gives Pudge more mobility all around. He is a little on the slow side. He's actually going to smoke up. We've got Prophet coming in here. And they're going to look to pick off this Anti-Mage while he's jungling. We've got Shadow Demon also sitting around here. Beautiful pick. And the ult's going to get channeled. And he actually blinks away. Doesn't have a TP scroll, so if they manage to find... Oh, blind hook. Beautiful. He just knew that he had to be somewhere in this little pocket, and I'm assuming that he just kind of guessed it. Queen of Pain already got an Ogre Club. This will either be for a BKB or an Aghanim's, not too sure which. We got Prophet with a level 1 Dagon, and then he's got an Ultimate Orb. This will, I'm going to guess, is going to be for a Sheepstick. Get some real items, so to speak. Shadow Demon sitting on usual support items. And Sand King, same deal. Prophet's going to do a little jungling. Lich helping Invoker do a little bit of the Ancients. That Medallion's coming in super handy with these Forge Spirits. You Medallion them and then just Forge Spirit, or allow your Forge Spirits to do huge, huge damage. And how is Anti-Mage? He's still trying to get up this. So he has the Claymore now. So he just is about 200, well now 175 gold off of the Battle Fury, which will be good. So that's only like 2 or 3 creep kills. So he's just gonna head down here. Queen of Pain is not going to be able to stop this. She gets sheeped. She gets cold snapped. She goes down hard. Serpent Wards are going to be popped out. And Nature's Prophet actually comes in, using the Treants to confuse the wards a little. But a Breath of Fire is going to come through. Clean that up. And they're just going to throw even more at this. Chain Frost is going to come through. Nature's Prophet gets a kill on the Shadow Shaman. Pudge gets a hook onto the Dragon Knight. Burrow Strike goes through. He manages to bottle up, though. The Sand King manages to get his ult off, but it doesn't get them a kill. They're going to get this Invoker most likely, though, to Demonic Purge and some Shadow Poisons. And a Disruption saves the Dragon Knight. Nature's Prophet actually gets a kill on the Lich. Dragon Knight is going to continue running away from this Shadow Demon. And actually, wait, they're on the same team. Why did he disrupt him? It actually, I think, stopped the hook from connecting? I don't know what happened there, but... But, crazy, crazy Asian team fight as always. Sunstrike's gonna come through somewhere? I heard it go off. Where did it land? Why was it cast? I am super confused. Sand King has his Blink Dagger. That'll be great. It'll allow him to do some great Blink Eppies. So that he'll actually be able to get it onto the squishy people. Courier is going to bring him that. And now he can look for a little bit more survivability. Now that he's got his big ticket teamfight item. Some random viewer disconnects. Dragon Knight is a... Well, I think actually he's got the pipe recipe. Yeah, he's got the pipe coming to him now. And they want to take this tower. Pops the dragon form to hopefully get a ranged dragon tail off. Invoker actually gets the kill on that. And a big epicenter. And a Queen of Pain ulti's going through. Shadow Shaman's going to drop his wards. But they are basically going to get cleaned up. Pudge tries to guess on the hook. And actually goes in the complete opposite direction. And they are going to... This is going to be like a free Roshan for Aeon here. It'll be a slow Roshan, but it'll happen. Ah, now they're doing some better damage. Something being brought to Prophet. Yeah, so it's going to be for a sheep stick. Now he's about 500 gold off of finishing that, and that'll definitely improve their team, their already substantial team fight ability. Queen of Pain gets the Aegis. And that was a totally uncontested Roshan. You had Pudge and Shadow Demon sitting here, ready in the wings to be able to help out if the Radiant team attempted to stop them. And 24 minutes in, as I kind of felt, the Dire is in a fairly commanding lead. They are definitely holding their own, using their incredible ganking ability to just run around, pick people off. But this Anti-Mage has his Battle Fury. He's working on a Yasha now. Yeah, so that's going to be the... Give him some attack speed. That's going to be going towards a Manta style. And Nature's Prophet finishes his Sheep Stick. That'll give them another thing to shut down the Anti-Mage with. And kind of pick off Invoker, shut Invoker down before he's actually able to... Why did Dragon Knight just ult there? Did he think that there was a hero? I mean, I know it lasts decently long. It's 20 seconds or something. 60 seconds, actually. But that just seemed a little silly. I mean, he's got 1,500 health. He's got a pipe. So it's not like he's going to be just bursted down before he can pop it. Shadow Shaman wards are actually going to be used, and the glyph is down. Good, a decent ult coming through. The pipe is going to be popped just to make sure that there's not an epicenter coming through also. Shadow Demon's actually going to come forward, take quite a few right clicks from the
Is under attack.
uh,
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Serpent Wards. They're going to clean those up, some free farm. They actually get a kill bottom. Nature's Prophet helps push that out. And he's got another 700 gold saved up. So we'll have to see what he goes for now. He might go for something like a Monkey King bar, or go, go for a bit of right click to help combat against this Dragon Knight and Invoker and Anti-Mage, or he may just go for something like a mech or a pipe to help improve his team's overall utility. And looks like they're moving towards the mid lane. Both teams actually are. So the Yasha's finished on the Anti-Mage. He's going to look to do Ancients. He's just going to machine through these Ancients.
Illusion.
Sand King finds himself an Illusion Rune. Anti-Mage is going to go sell Stout Shield, I think it was. Just to be able to make some room. Nature's Prophet was going to TP in, but then he saw that the Anti-Mage was there. Knew that that would be suicide. The Sand King illusions are just kind of spread out, give some vision. Now we've got a max Caustic Finale, so the waves are going to push up very easily. Dragon Knight's going to use Breathe Fire to clean that wave up very easily. Both teams have a fairly decent amount of lane pushing ability, just being able to move creep waves very quickly. So, Pudge tries to get a hook, misses. We're big wave coming through to this tier 3, and the Nature's Prophet ulti is going to.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And Gods is going to be talking about something. I don't quite know. Oh, they are probably casting this together. And something's going on with this Skype call.
Has fallen.
They actually get a pick on the Pudge. He gets Burrow Striked. He gets channeled. He goes down. Beautiful, beautiful ganking ability. Pudge has a gem that'll allow them to scout out wards, which actually neither team really has at the moment. Ice Wall's going to go down. Forged Spirits are actually going to die. Defensive wards are going to drop. And Dragon Knight's actually going to get... Ooh, very good. He knows that he's both got a... So, sorry, the Sand King got also a Force Staff, so that he's able to Epi, Burrow, Blink, and then if he's still somehow out of position, he can actually Force Staff himself. And this is going to be a set of racks. No doubt about it. Although the Anti-Mage is up now. Sunstrike coming through to try and hit anybody. Fortunately, misses. Nature's Prophet actually... Oh, Anti-Mage gets sheeped. And taken down. Queen of Pain drops the BKB that she used that Ogre Club for. So that's what that was. Burrow Strike's going to come through. Sand King's going to Force Staff himself out. Deafening Blast coming through by the Invoker. He's going to get hooked, though. He's going to Force Staff himself forward into his Ice Wall. He's going to go down to Nature's Prophet right clicks, though. Dragon Knight actually... Well, Dragon Knight uses his Dragon form. Shadow Shaman gets a kill. Lich gets hooked. Shadow Shaman gets another kill on the Shadow Demon. And the Queen of Pain resurrects with the Aegis. This is going to be a Setarax. Nature's Prophet gets a Maelstrom. Probably going to be turning that into a Mjolnir.
Are under attack.
And he's going to go pick on the top lane. No, they know that this is going to be a Setarax.
Radiant's bottom barracks are
And this is
Radiant's
beautifully
forces are
well done.
fortified.
These hooks have just been ridiculous.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
And that's a dead Setarax. Pudge gets the last hit on that, so that's another like 3,500 gold,
Radiant's
360 gold,
top
3 and a
tower is
half,
under attack.
300 and a half. I don't know. Prophet's gonna come back here, finish this off. He's got so much attack speed.
Radiant's top tower has
Maelstrom,
fallen.
super fun. And give him some super sexy chain lightnings. Sand King's gonna pick up drums. The Shadow Demon is sitting on arcane boots and an urn. What about it? We've got Shadow Shaman working on a mech and double bracer, just get himself a little more health. Lich still sitting on pretty much what we saw last time we checked on items. Manta is finished on the anti-mage, so this is going to be definitely good for him. Allow him to both split off a harmful effect, and also his illusions will have mana break. So they'll be able to do quite a bit of damage if they catch someone like Shadow Demon out. The Dragon Knight has a Vit booster and the pipe finished. Something's being couriered to Shadow Shaman. It's going to be the mech recipe. Invoker's got his Force Staff. He's got Medallion. He's got a Belt of Strength. This, I'm thinking, it will be for the Necro Book. Or at some point will be turned into a Necro Book. Pudge actually has an Aghanim Scepter. You do not see that very often on him. Although, if you get a lot of Flesh Heap stacks, which, at the moment he's got 25 bonus strength from it. It gives you 75% of your... it gives you a strength... Yeah, 75% of your strength as bonus damage on Dismember. And it allows him to heal with his ult. And then he's got Gem, a Force Staff, boots, or arcane boots. Hook's gonna come through, not hit anybody. And they're gonna look to pressure this tier 3, or at least push the wave up. Scouting out with Shadow Poison, the little cloud it gives off does reveal, does grant a little bit of vision. So you can use it to kind of scout, see if there's anyone waiting for you. Finish off the last of my drinky drank. Anti-Mage attacking super fast now, and with that Battle Fury is doing some good AoE. However, he keeps, getting picked by these incredible hooks. He's got an Ogre Club, that'll be for a BKB, so he doesn't get stunned. Oh, and Roshan is back up. This should be a decently faster Roshan. So we've got a Demon Edge picked up on Maelstrom. Pudge is going to ult Roshan. Then we got a Burrow Strike coming through. And
Roshan has fallen
Queen of
to
Pain
the
gonna
dark.
pick this one up again? Or are they just gonna leave the agent? There we go. Nature's Prophet sells something.
Immortality.
Picks that up. Probably just sold the TP scroll or something. And pushing the wave up here. Gonna see a good amount of turtling coming out of this Dire team. They are 13 kills behind. I have just realized it's been like 35 minutes and I haven't checked the gold or experience. I apologize. We are looking at 12,000 in the Dire's favor and about 16,000 experience. I am deeply sorry about that little slip up. I'm a little rusty on the casting, I guess. Totally slipped my mind. killing some wards, cutting off the vision. We're actually going to see a Dragon's Tail on King. Dragon Knight's going to actually get pulled through. Nature's Prophet gets a kill. Gets that kill. Shadow Wards are going to be dropped. They're going to get finished off. And there goes the pipe. And there goes one of the only stuns on this Radiant team. Treants are going to come through, tank up the tower. They're actually going to finish off the Forged Spirits first, knowing that they can do a decent amount of damage.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And this is going to be a tier 3 tower. Pudge throwing another hook, hoping he can grab somebody.
Radiant's top tower.
Anti-Mage actually coming through. He gets Burrow Strike, he gets disrupted. Deafening Blast, Chaos Meteor. Gonna come through. Sand King's gonna force staff himself out. Ice Wall going down. They're actually gonna disable the Nature's Prophet. He's gonna get mech'd. Queen of Pain actually finishes that off.
Radiant's middle tower is under
And then this is gonna be Rax. Nature's Prophet gets a kill on the Invoker. Invoker buys back. Dragon Form is gonna be dropped. Breathe Fire Breath's gonna come through. The Hook's gonna miss. Sprout's gonna miss. But they get the
Radiant's middle tower is
barracks,
under attack.
and they are totally fine with that one. So only this mid lane remains. Queen of Pain also gets a sheep stick on herself. And unfortunately, things are not looking good for this Radiant team. Goldgraph hasn't updated yet. Pudge is still sitting here, waiting. Hook lands on a creep. That is super unfortunate. No new items on Sand King. Shadow Demon sitting on the same things. Oh, he has a Force Staff now. Daedalus actually being picked up on the Nature's Prophet. Give himself some good right-click damage to go with that Maelstrom. Queen of Pain BKB, along with a Scythe of Vice. And looks like a BKB being worked on by the Pudge himself. Because he already has an Aghanim, so it's definitely not for that. Unless he goes for something silly like Assange. This tier 3 is going to take quite a bit of pressure. The hook's not going to land on anybody. I think it was just short. Someone is messaging me on Skype. I apologize for the little beeping. Oh, Invoker's actually going to get picked out. He's going to get sheeped. He gets absolutely demolished.
You were weak.
And that was a large portion of their anti-push. He is still on buyback cooldown. Defensive wards are going to go down, but Nature's Prophet just able to one-shot these. So they don't last at all. Dragon Knight actually coming forward to try and get... Oh! Misses the hook, but Epicenter and Queen of Pain ulti comes through. Gonna be able to finish that off. They're gonna get this tier 3 tower. That's gonna probably be mega creeps.
Radiant's middle tower.
Sand King is a little on the dangerous side. And they call GG. Well played. That was great to watch. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Pudge is always super fun to watch, especially one that does as well as that. 18 stacks of flesh heap to finish things off.
Has fallen. The Dire now have mega creeps.
That's going to be mega creeps. They're going to quickly push these base towers down, playing around with some force. Anti-Mage actually gets a kill on the Sand King. Sand King buys back right away. And Anti-Mage manages to blink back him
Radiant's middle
in,
tower is
but that's going to be it.
Radiant's
Sand King buys the Boots of Travel.
Radiant's Ancient is under attack.
They get a pick on the Anti-Mage. He disconnects already, though. Nature's Prophet steals it with his Dagon,
Ancient is under attack.
which is still level 1. That was game. As I've said, I am Blightwind. I hope you enjoyed this. This was another cast for me. I'm going to be looking to do game 3 probably tomorrow morning, because I am starting to feel a little tired and yawny, as you saw in this cast. I hope you enjoyed things. Please leave a like and favorite. It definitely helps the channel out, helps support new casters like me, helps us break into the scene. Please leave comments on how I can improve myself. I always accept constructive criticism, and I will respond to your comment, let you know what I think of what you said. and I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful night. Bye.